Alright, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, Connor Unchained. Market is starting to look really good, I gotta say. We're looking better, but by any means, we are not out of the woods fully yet, but market is reversing, looking very strong. Mainly it was this huge previous resistance. That's what we wanted to see, a nice break above, which it did. It held this area very well. Heavy breakthrough. Now at this point, we're either waiting for a continuation or some sort of attempt to keep going into downward push. And then what I expect is probably something like this if we're going to maintain very strong bullish momentum from now into the end of the year. So lots of AI coins specifically have been doing very well over the last couple weeks here as well. So we're gonna go to deck screener. Some of my favorite coins that I've been talking about for months. Many coins that I've just brought up on the channel. Some of them were down, some of them were up over the last few months. It was a crazy chop period, right? One of my favorite AI coins of all time, AI, is now back up almost 4x from the lows. Honestly, because this is still one of my highest conviction AI plays in the entire space. But the fact that this, look how down that went. This legitimately went all the way to zero and is starting a recovery here. So again, I still think this is one of the greatest AI projects in the entire space. And at this rate, usually when we see a pump like this though, again, I expect some sort of pullback, maybe not this deep by any means, but I'm expecting some sort of pullback back into this range, maybe on the top of the range, and then into potentially another full-blown run from this coin. But again, some bullish factors. They have a literal working strong LLM, which is a language model for AI, kind of like a ChatGPT, but it's fully decentralized. They have a lot of stuff coming up with nodes. They're fully diluted, basically very, very close to fully diluted. And they still have a lot coming up on their roadmap, almost like APIs as well, which, if you guys aren't familiar with what APIs are for an LLM, it's kind of like with ChatGPT, when you're using ChatGPT alone, only has so much functionality. But when you have an API that allows you to, combine with other platforms, with other websites, with other softwares, right? It kind of opens the door for that LLM to be able to do tens of thousands of more different things, be integrated into newer applications, stuff like that. That is still coming for NKI. Again, it's had a nice pump. Literally went from 8 million, 10 million down here, all the way to almost 40 million just in the last week alone. Huge pumps. Like I said, I'm not too sure if these pumps are going to be fully sustained here. Like I said, I do expect some sort of maybe a retrace. I don't think there's going to be too much of a dip left if we're going to be bullish from now into election time, into December, January, February. But that was very good to see this have a nice recovery. Lots of people just came out of the woodworks with this one now after they see the gains. Now people are talking about it on Twitter. It's for the last 5 months, still consistently was bull posting on and off. That's kind of what conviction is, guys. So NKI is still my favorite AI project, without a question in this, just for the whole cycle. But we also have SETI here, which had a huge dump actually yesterday. But the chart looks absolutely beautiful, absolutely primed to continue running. This, full of GPU AI project with physical infrastructure, and the fact that again, this is still at 26 million. This is literally called Tau SETI. It is a BitTensor beta play, which I made clear in another video about a week ago that I do think BitTensor beta coins are going to have very explosive runs over the rest of the bull run. And I actually expect this one to be honestly a top GPU coin, or just top AI coin, in a sense where, again, because it's one of the strongest AI coins that I've found that's also a BitTensor beta. I brought up Chat, which is another BitTensor project. There's actually a bunch of them. Roko's another one. AIT. What's another one? There's another older one, but there are a few of them that are currently out. But like I said, I think this one has the most potential. Very good charts still. I think its next leg up easily should hit about $3 to $5, maybe $3 to $4. Once it breaks, rips into all-time highs. This to me, I feel like is a very longer term but fairly clean play going forward. And again, Doc's team, and they're very active on socials, and it seems like they mean very well. Not a LARP of a project by any means. And if anyone caught at the end of my video yesterday, I did bring up a brand new gem of an AI project that is very heavily undervalued, which I'm not going to bring up today. I will probably make a separate video on it over the next few days, maybe a week. But this one's going to be very interesting. So keep a lookout for that. And I've already mentioned in the Discord, the video up in there. And as of right now, it's been, a lot of different AI coins have been launching lately. Because, if you guys don't know, I focus on new launches basically every day as well. It's a lot more high risk, but, for me it's very fun. And I like to try and find those, major real runners that are very low in market cap. But we also have this coin Husby here, which initially, this was when it launched. I called this just under $1 million in market cap, maybe 800K. And I initially thought this was going to die off by now, but I think this project going forward has a crazy amount of potential. So we're gonna dive in. Let's do it on the website too. Just a super interesting concept, and then to see this coin, it literally launched with only a few ETH in liquidity, aka it launched at a very, very tiny market cap, all the way down here. I watched this launch, got in somewhere on the dip, something like that. And this has still been doing very well, but I think where the future and where crypto and AI are kind of going to be aligning, I feel like it has to do a lot with even the electricity / the powering behind the AI and the powering behind the Bitcoin and crypto mining. I think that kind of infrastructure really is super important. And that's kind of what Husby is here to do, revolutionizing crypto mining with eco-friendly biogas power. Very interesting concept, interesting project, and I still think this is incredibly bullish. Very transparent team. This actually would be one where I would kind of take it out of the new launch, like that more higher risk new launch outlook, and I'd probably put this into a longer term type play, because I actually don't think this project is going anywhere anytime soon. And again, even if it does come down, they are building really interesting stuff here, trying to use 100% green energy, and they also have their own, one physical location, but they have, I want to show you guys through their Twitter. I think something that they focus on is they have these containers in which I don't know how they've modified them or how they, full out use them, but I think it's for their eco-friendly mining, and or that's where they put their miners inside. So let's see. But either way, yeah, they just had a partnership with Palm AI. It's also a strong project. That to me, they're just doing everything right. So they had the mining container. I guess it was delivered about a week ago. But, you know, to me, just super, super interesting. This container, this is prepared for delivery, estimated time arrival. So I guess it's one of their containers in which they store, you know, these rigs. So I don't know. You know, to me, this is a very strong project, even still going forward. I honestly just wanted to bring that up because I really still like this a lot. And to me, it just shows a ton of promise as, you know, still a very low cap project, kind of launching in the midst of when, you know, things are still looking really bad, held up very well, and is continuing to hold up as we're getting more bullish, you know. So yeah, we even saw some meme coins specifically, you know, some of the top ones on the channel here. You know, Mog had a nice push, you know, from the lows just over the last couple of days. Huge run. If you got in at the lows, oh, you know, it's what, 10, 20, oh, maybe 70%. Pretty good if you guys got in the lows, or if you know, jumped in when everything was nuking back in early August. Same thing. Retardio's having a little bit of a recovery still. I do expect this to go well into new highs at some point. Same thing with Mumu. All three of these are just literally on major corrections, showing signs that they are trying to push into that next leg up. You know, all of these memes, very strong. You know, I don't even talk about certain meme coins anymore because I just, you know, I already know where they're going to go. You know, it's almost like I don't have to just, you know, put it in everyone's face. You know, I just have very strong conviction in a ton of meme coins going forward. Ticker Bitcoin too, you know, still overall very strong. But this is one of the most, you know, edging charts I think I've seen in history. Another one is Geico on Sol, or GIKO. Same thing. Chart is just up, down, flat, up, down, like for almost a year. You know, it's crazy. Crazy that some, you know, some coins just don't get that initial run. But I think at some point, ticker Bitcoin will easily hit that, break all-time highs again. You know, the community is too strong. It's been out for over a year. You know, for that not to happen, I would actually be shocked. But, you know, we're even seeing some movement with Doge. You know, that's usually a very good sign just for the overall meme coin sector, right? When you see a lot of majors moving in a certain sector. You know, Ondo's up a little bit. We got some RWAs. Honestly, not doing too much right now, but yeah, still had some. Yeah, okay. So a huge RSI movement. You know, I should have taken a trade from that. I think I made a video on this, or at least to the group. Something like down here would have been very simple trade, just based on daily divergence. You know, heavy downside moves, but RSI is showing very strong upside, right? But I mean, as far as in this video, there are two meme coins I do want to cover here, you know, before talking about anything else. Because we got two coins that I think just look absolutely primed to run, to keep pushing forward from here. Is we got Lock-In and Aura. These two, I swear, very similar in market cap. You know, similar thesis behind why they're gonna move. Very, very strong communities for both. You know, to me, it's almost like the same coin. Very similar aspects. Obviously, two completely different coins, but they are at same charts, same everything. I think these two are primed for a massive run. I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, Aura is the second one here. Down a nice 20% on the day. Love to see it. Like I said, I think Aura and Lock-In very similar. I think they look great. You know, something like this. If we can see these play out, which I firmly think that they will. These, I think, are two very strong low cap meme coins that can have explosive runs easily into, I think on its next major leg up, probably a couple 100 million for both of them. And like I said, they're different coins, but I think mainly the same thesis behind both, as as to why they would both absolutely pop off like that. Like I said, they're both just chilling at a bottom. They haven't moved yet. And, they might just consolidate and sit for a little while, until eventually the momentum starts to shift. People really start aping, they start seeing the value in these. And then eventually, they just start moving up, bouncing into their new leg up, once Sol, really continues, right? So, very strong thesis behind these two. Outside of that, guys, that's kind of what I wanted to cover in this video. Nothing else too major yet. I just think the market is full of opportunity right now. And if you guys didn't see my video yesterday, I kind of covered Mudang and the fact of potential top signals going forward, and things that you really should pay attention to. And the main thing I brought up was an app called Moonshot, which Moonshot has been one of the biggest, I think, honestly, like, applications to come out of crypto as of lately. If you guys don't know what that is, it's called Use Moonshot. But this is just an application where anyone and everyone can just strictly buy meme coins from. They had, I think, maximum, or all-time high volume for their app yesterday because of Mudang, because they listed it. When you see things like, pretty sure they posted it today right here. When you see something like this, so from the time that they listed the coin to now Mudang, continuing to run, imagine you have most of retail seeing things like this left and right on a literal app. This is going to draw so many people into meme coins. This is what onboarding is going to be the rest of the bull run. I firmly believe that. If you don't believe that, and then you might just really be not you might just not be paying attention to the data. Whether you hate meme coins or love them, this info is right in front of you. I firmly believe this. I think this will probably be number 1 or 2 in the App Store, and then a Phantom Wallet is going to be number 1 or 2, literally right next to it. If you see both of those up there, definitely going to be getting to some sort of meme coin top, at least for the current moment. So I definitely think that's going to be probably a top thing to watch, because again, I think meme coins still are going to be the top performing asset this cycle. And just to see like meme coin applications basically become number 1, I think that's actually going to be the top signal. So this is going to be very important to be paying attention to over the next probably 3 to 6 months, depending on how hard we go, depending on how big this next leg up is. And like I said, guys, if you are not allocated to really good meme coins, just even some of the ones I mentioned constantly on the channel, from Mog, Retardio, Mumu, you can even look at my tier list, which I'll link above, on some low caps and then also higher caps. There's so many really good meme coins where all you gotta do is just jump in and be patient. Do not just try and trade them. You can make some massive returns just by buying and being patient for a couple of weeks, maybe 2 months. A lot of it from right now until when we get to the end of the cycle is just going to be holding onto conviction bags. And like I said, Mog is my number 1 conviction coin for the cycle. I'm a huge fan of culture coins, which are kind of meme coins that aren't strictly just, an animal. Whether they're terms or whether they're, meme coins that are trying to build something more than just, an animal JPEG. Kind of like Ticker Giga. It almost seems like a whole lifestyle / brand. Retardio, in my opinion, is an entire literal cult on Solana. They don't take no for an answer. They're not going anywhere. Easily the top community on Solana, period. Things like that. That's why I do like Lock-in and Aura. Even though Aura appears to be, a cat coin, Aura is one of the most newer search terms, and mainly one of the biggest terms used anytime recently, especially with the younger generation, right? That's why I'm super bullish on culture coins, and I think another major shift at some point is going to be focused on culture coins, because from a meme coin perspective, it is kind of like a sub category of meme coins, if you want to put it. You got animal JPEG coins, but then you also got culture coins and stuff like that. I don't look at them, like two completely different entities, but they're basically the same thing, but there are those, differences between them, right? And I think a lot of people are going to shift later in the cycle towards these culture coins, But outside of that, guys, that's what I wanted to bring up. Again, I think meme coins are just where you should have a lot of your capital. And from there, and also AI. I love AI coins, love meme coins. RWA as well, Bitcoin DeFi, gaming. And honestly, I'd say at this point in the market, maybe allocating into these narratives that are not kind of in your face at the moment may also be a great idea. Like jumping into some gaming tokens right now. Maybe I'll make a video on some gaming coins. Some newer ones that I don't really talk about too much or something. But gaming, RWA, and Bitcoin DeFi especially. So, you kind of just got to front run different narratives, but then also pay attention to the right coins in the narrative that's hot at the moment, So outside of that, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.